the precise mechanics of the sword, it's very interesting.
He's like,
Perhaps snake oil sword is not for you.
hmm. Perhaps Python tar sword is not great. No. He's like, sure, I guess.
Perhaps viper butter sword.
Kind of. Yeah. He like, he just sets it down and he's like, go ahead. All right. You cast Identify on it. You can tell he's right. It's magical. It'd be another +1 weapon. But like, you feel as if there's also something like the reason why it has its power is because like something inhabits it.
Whoa. Possessed sword.
How much is it?
15 gold.
How much gold?
15?
15.
For a +1 sword?
Okay.
+1 sword.
If I trade you my old short sword, will you give me a discount?
Can I trade in my shitty Dodge Intrepid?
I wouldn't call it shitty. It's not shitty.
2019 Honda Civic, please.
It's not shitty.
Possessed by an evil spirit.
I'm just saying. 15 gold might be a little steep, and I'm willing to haggle a little bit. Do you think maybe?
It's like, sure, I'll give you 5 off.
10 gold?
Ooh.
I'll even throw in the sheets for it.
10 Give me
gold?
A pretty good deal, Gonzo.
You know what?
Oh, damn it, I used your full name.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. I give him my old short sword, and I now have spooky possessed sword that I wanted really badly. Low key.
All right. You give him the gold, and he's like, all right.
In this sword.
Good luck getting cursed.
Yeah, he's like, okay, thank you.
I heard you whisper something to it. Does it have a name? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, you'll have to ask it. I'm sure you'll get quite acquainted with it. And as you like hold it by the hilt,
Oh my god.
A shadowy kind of slim hand pops out of the sword, and it kind of does like it like kind of closes and opens its hands.
Yes. I was hoping you were going to say
like,
that.
Oh, fine. And he grabs one of the pieces of gold you gave him, and he flicks it, and the sword grabs it, and it yoinks the gold piece right back into the hilt. Get out, both you and the sword.
So the sword eats money?
The sword took the gold, and you don't know why.
I was hoping you were going to say the sword says something with its hand-mouth flaps.
No.
That'd be hilarious.
Wow, that's a very interesting sword. I figure if it was cursed, Identify would have like properly cursed. Like the kind of curse where it's like it grabs onto you and fucks you up.
It jerks you off in your
Identify
sleep. Oh dear God!
Revealed something like that. So.
Oh yes, finally.
Probably not the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Hardly a curse.
It'll be funny though. I think.
Oh no! Hey, do you want us to dispel that curse? Oh, it's just I'll bear it.
That sounds expensive. I'd rather keep the money.
Not if it's too much trouble. No, I can bear it. The weight of my sins. I deserve this.
Or what you know, be really messed up is if that what the sword does is it gets sold and then it goes back to him. Like it finds its way back to him while you're asleep. The sword is gone when you wake up. But what? It's a resell sword.
He's like, all right, you have fine sword, great sword. please leave with the great sword.
Okay.
Well, the short sword that is a great sword. Go.
Okay.
And he kind of
He
shoos
really
you out
wants
of
to
the
be rid
tent.
of it.
I wanna see if I can't like talk to the sword and see if it'll like tell me its name.
Come on, God, you can do that outside.
Yeah, obviously.
All right.
Okay.
You walk outside. What do you want to
It's
say
not
to the
obvious if
sword?
you don't specify it. That's how RP works.
Yes. RP.
This guy seems
RP.
pretty eager to get rid of you. I'm assuming since he
Exactly.
whispered something to you that you can hear me and I'm not just talking to a slab of metal like a crazy person. Do you have a name?
Why are you
Roll
talking to
persuasion.
us?
Yeah, Gonzo, who are you talking
Shut the
to?
fuck up, I'm rolling persuasion.
What?
What? Nothing.
I think gone might be gone.
Yeah, me too.
Whoa! Okay.
That is
that's not how that
D
works.
204.
I forgot the plus
You
sign.
get a entire epitaph of this whole sword's existence.
Entire history of the War of 18.
Yeah. All right.
I fucked up. I forgot the plus sign.
Yeah, you're like, all right. Do you have a name? And this like hand kind of pops out of the sword again. And it kind of points to the sky and then points to you and then reels back into the hilt.
Heaven's word? Heaven's sword? I don't
The hand pops out again and it gives like it moves its hand like left and right, like no.
No. Say the magic word.
Blue.
Oh my
Oh, I love charade.
Points to the sky.
How many words?
Yeah, play charades with it.
How many syllables?
How many syllables?
How many words? How many syllables?
Play charades with this fucking sword.
It holds up 3 when you ask how many syllables.
Oh boy.
I thought Professor would just be like, "Oh, I don't care."
Or wait, hold on. I have to think about how many syllables because it's
Well, I'm assuming he doesn't know your name right now, so pointing for you for a different reason.
Oh, okay. No, it's 2 syllables. Sorry.
Okay.
Is the first syllable sky?
2 syllables. Is the first syllable sky. Thank you. Thank you.
It shakes its hand no.
Blue?
Shakes its
Is
hand
the
no.
first syllable up?
White?
It gives you a thumbs up.
Ooh, up.
Up there.
Is
Up yours.
is this
Up dog.
It gives a thumbs up to Wolk and goes right back in the hilt.
what?
Ah,
Hold on.
shit.
What?
The sword's name is Up Yours.
Oh my god! I will treasure this weapon for all my life.
I like thinking that wasn't its name. It just was like, "Fuck you."
If your name is really Up Yours, I swear to God, I'm gonna call you Up Yours forever.
Up yours, Nick.
You
I like
realize
that.
that every
Can't
time
find
I
a-
wield you, I will be saying Up Yours to you. And it's gonna be difficult for you to say it back, so if that's your real name.
So you're gonna be like, "Come with me, Up Yours."
Its kind of hand pops out and it's just kind of like sitting there all kind of ghostly and floating, just kind of out of the hilt.
Are you sure that's your name? Or are you just fucking with
It kind of gives a come closer
Hold on,
gesture.
I'm gonna roll intimidation.
Oh God.
I really am rolling intimidation.
All right.
What's your intimidation
it's
modifier?
+2.
Oh, damn.
All right.
I was gonna give you a 9.
Oh, I mean,
No, that makes it worse.
okay.
I wanted to make your intimidation suck. But you already rolled an 11, and I can't do that before you roll. I can only do it before you roll.
All right. It kind of comes out, and it just kind of gives like a thumbs down, and then it just kind of gives like kind of a shrugging hand motion.
I'll give you a name then. How about
Up yours.
How about Updog? That way, when I say I'll get Updog, and they're like, "What the fuck is Updog?" I'm naming it Updog. Its name is Updog now. Your name is
Are you
Updog.
inventing this joke
What's up, dog?
in this world?
Your name is Updog.
It like pulls out its hand and puts like 2 fingers on like the little ball on the hilt that the hand comes out of, as if it's like putting its fingers on its temples. Like, oh my god!
You brought this on yourself. You were so desperate to get sold. I could tell this by that man's way he acted towards you.
Well, he was desperate to.
You should have seen what he did to last sword. He used to wipe his butt with it.
That's not true. I just
Don't
barely
lie.
used it.
Yeah, it
I
is.
just barely used it for
Don't
anything
lie.
other than
Come
weapons.
on.
Oh, I
It's
love
a-
gaslighting.
He also used it as a toilet knife.
Yeah, that's why it's not here anymore, because it was able to run away. It gained sentience.
Crawled away.
Yeah,
Didn't
it
it-
crawled away, just like your arm. Yeah, you have.
Wait,
You cut up the turd so it flushes
That's
easier.
that's
I
the
think
true
it-
reason we use disposable papers, because if we reused something, it would become sentient from disgust and leave.
Yeah.
didn't Gonzo's first sword fucking shatter when he rolled a nat
Yes, and
That was
Will's
fun.
character, Will's first character, Alexandrine, went back to town to get it fixed, and then wrote
That's
free sample
right.
on it with the permanent ink.
No, I didn't get it fixed. That's what you.
Oh, you bought me. Okay, you bought.
Yeah.
I gave you the money. Oh, that's right. I gave you the money. You bought me a new one, and you wrote free sample on it.
That's right.
and it was permanent.
And I still have free sample, and I'm never getting rid of it because it's precious to me.
should be kick your ass.
Gonzo didn't see the irony in the joke that you were pulling on him. He just saw it as a gesture of endearment, and
It was saying, "Touch my butt." I'm kidding. My character didn't say that. Well, let's go to the next 10. To the green and white one.
right. And I slide Updog into
don't
the
have
sheet,
white as a
and
theme.
I
Getting suspicious.
sling it over my back, or
All right.
whatever. Well, however you put a short sword.
On your tip.
Yeah.
On your dick.
In your mouth.
So now Gonzo has a dagger on one side of his hip, a short sword on the other, a giant axe, and a giant sword on his back.
I am weapon man.
He shakes the ground as he walks and looks.
Can I use the fact that I have so many weapons to give myself a plus whatever to intimidation checks?
Nope.
Actually, looks more goofy than anything. So
Yeah.
roll at disadvantage.
You look like an adventurer who is like unable to make
I
decisions.
look like an Elder
You're
Scrolls
like,
protagonist.
Or that just got like super like.
like, I don't know which weapon I should get. What's a good one? I'll get all of them. They're all good.
That's what happens
All right.
when you ask a weapon salesman.
Yeah.
All right, what's
You
in
got
the,
tricked by every shop
what is
owner
in the tin?
into buying at least 2 things.
All right. You walk in the last tent, and this kind of like, this like gnome is kind of in here. The tent, like when you open the door, like some kind of like smoke comes out or something. It's like kind of a gray fog. And he's like, "Hey, come on in."
Oh. Okay. I walk inside.
All right. He's like, "So,
I go in with him. Since I have to be specific.
Why have you come into Harley's Emporium of Herbs? And he like kind of reclines in his chair.
Oh boy.
He's that kind of herb salesman.
Do you by chance know anyone by the name Gyatso?
Gyatso. So
A possible lower deity?
deity. I've only ever known the full pantheon, but I think I have a pipe or two with a name something like that around here.
Listen, my parents always taught me never
You're
to
talking
do
about
drugs.
the 14th Dalai Lama.
Weed bad.
So, what can I do, you 5'4"? You can get a little insect there, too.
To be honest, we're not really sure what each shop holds, but we're just going shop to shop. Curious if you have anything that could help us if our healers pass out.
Yeah. Well, I have both the physical kind and the more spiritual kind. You seem like a fella who wants the physical kind, and he kind of sits up from his chair and puts his pipe on the kind of like little holder for it. And he like steps down, and he kind of opens up one of his shelves and grabs out a couple of these red flasks.
Very astute observation, sir. And what would these red flasks be?
They're potions of healing, although they're my special brand.
And what sort of... and what effects does it cause being one of your
I'll take your entire stock.
It gets you real happy.
Yeah. Well, it first it does the physical healing, and then it's quite the painkiller.
How
Ooh,
much
that sounds
are they?
nice.
How much are they?
Yeah, I'm gonna run you about 5 gold a pop.
How many do you have?
How many do I have? About 4.
I'll take 20.
Wait, real quick. Is it all right if we have Timmy identify it? Just to make sure we understand its total effect.
Sure, my man. And he kind of reclines in his chair and just takes a big ol' smoke while Timmy does his ritual. Just kind of on one of the big pillows on the floor.
This is a pillow.
Yeah. Timmy, you feel a bit giggly, but you can tell that the potions are magic. They'll heal you. They will do what he said.
Does that mean that they'll like... Will they give us any downsides afterwards, or just like make us kind of loopy?
Like all he can really tell is that they're magic. There's like he can tell the magical properties of it. Like there's actual magical herbs that are used in healing potions in it. But like he can tell that that's like a normal potion, that's not all that's in it. But the rest of the stuff is pure science.
Okay. Here's what we'll do. Just to make sure that in the worst case scenario, something horribly wrong doesn't happen. We'll take 4 and I'll test one of them.
That seems like a waste of a good potion, Sensei.
Timmy, imagine you're in a very serious fight like the one before with that creature, and you take one of these potions to heal yourself, and suddenly you can't even stand up. You're dead. I don't want to take that risk.
Oh, you're right, Sensei.
Would you like me to
right,
pummel
so
you a little bit so that you can see if it works at least?
I don't need to be... We already know that it heals. We're only worried about the other. That was an impressive one, Timmy.
Jesus.
Anybody want a yellow potion?
Okay, so they're 5 gold each.
Yeah.
All right. I'll buy. Does anyone else want to come in on this? I'm buying at least 2 of them since I'm
I'll
testing
buy
them.
the other 2.
Sounds good.
All right.
I'll
Yeah,
buy
he's
2.
like,
Timmy will buy 2.
Wasn't the point to give it to the healer?
No, you give them to the non-healers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if
Why
the
would we
healer
give it to
passes
the people
out,
who
how
pass
are
out?
we gonna heal ourselves or
Yeah.
each other?
especially. Oh wait, that's right. I forgot. Gonza sold his. He had some,
What?
but he sold them. Yeah, you sold yours.
Was it one of those mystery potions
my
that we
God.
didn't know what they were until Timmy?
You-
Until Timmy. Wait, who was the one who just decided to throw them on the guy who then used it to escape?
That was Timmy who combined 50% red, 25% green, and 25% blue. And then threw it at the guy, and then he teleported away.
Okay, I remember that.
You got a couple of red potions, and when you showed up, you saw the exact same potion on a shelf that said healing potions. And then you sold them to the guy
Listen,
in exchange for the things you bought at that trinket shop.
Yeah, you
which
wanted
trinket?
those things.
Oh, right, it was the zipper. Listen, it was worth it for
Yeah.
the zipper. I
Sure.
wanted that zipper, but I'm
So-
poor.
Yeah, you pick up the potions, and he's like, "All right, my dudes, Duggo. Will there be anything else?"
No, thank you for your assistance.
Alrighty, leave me be. After hand is not free,
What?
or second hand is not free.
Okay.
Yeah, it's-
I'm going to head back to the inn, and while I'm inside the room, attempt to use one of these potions.
All right.
Somewhat relatively safe.
So you start walking back to the inn, kind of the same. It's very hectic in town, just a bunch of
Why do
guards
no stairs in these places move?
running around, getting from place to place. If they run into a crowd, they just are like, boom, and they teleport.
Awesome.
So
Watch
you get up into your room. You're going to try drinking one.
Yep.
All right.
Chug.
Okay, so it's going to be a D8 plus your level for healing.
Neat.
Um,
I'm at full health already, but
all right, and go and make a Constitution save.
Oh
boy.
boy, it's gonna make you high as
I'm just-
balls.
I'm gonna fail the con save on purpose because I want to know what the effects are, and if I succeed, then it would be pointless.
Can you choose to fail a save? I guess you. Oh, it's because you're willingly taking it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. You drink it. And you just kind of like you're like a very smart person, but who's like very serious all the time. But you just kind of start like feeling very laughy and giggly. And kind of stop paying attention. Like your party asks you, like, "Oh, what's happening?" and you just like don't really give them any attention.
It's
But
all
you do
good,
feel
man.
like slightly dumber right now. So
Nice
you have
home.
you have a -1 to your intelligence.
For how long?
Forever.
And that is going to go ahead and be a D4 for me.
Hope it's not days.
Probably hours.
Oh shit.
All right,
That's not that
Professor,
bad.
you have -1 intelligence for 4 hours.
That's not that bad.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
You'll come down.
So if you
I
say,
miss. You have to open all the doors here. The ground doesn't move. The staircases require. You have to step. The place is so much work.
was it like
I bet the window won't even open if I ask you to. Hey, window.
if I
Open.
smell the flask, does it smell like
Nothing.
alcohol? Because it just sounds like healing potion mixed with alcohol.
Well, wouldn't it smell like skunk?
Yeah, weed doesn't make
God, don't smell my
weed doesn't
potions.
make you dumber.
Come on. Shut up.
Shut up.
Gang weed.
Get out of my room.
We're what?
I need to sleep. I'm tired. All that's walking today.
Get out of my room,
Get the
socialist.
fuck out of my
Playing
room.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Pick up a book. Put down the book.
All
I
right.
have to do it myself.
So, what all is everyone doing? The professor's clearly just kind of like doing his own thing.
I'm laying on my stomach on the floor with my hands propped up, with my head propped up on my hands, like watching the professor, like kicking my feet back and forth in the air, like type of thing.
What a show.
Just trying to entertain him. Everyone else?
It's late, right?
No, you guys set off in the morning, and you were probably only out
The
for maybe an
Tabaxis
hour, hour and a half.
were tired. The Tabaxis were going to sleep. I thought, okay.
Yeah. No, they weren't coming out.
They weren't coming out. They were going back into their.
Yeah. Like I said, when you guys got into town, like the sun had just set. Like you were fighting the assassin at sundown.
Well, we could wait until the potion effects wear off, and then we can go to the school and find the magic entrance and get to the Undercity.
I'm all good, man.
Okay, well then we can just go
You know what,
then.
man?
We're going to the city of Ember.
I changed my mind about you, old man. You're not as uptight and high-strung as I thought. You're pretty hardcore.
Okay.
Thank you, feral beast man.
Yeah.
All right, big cat. That was 2 syllables, so.
That's copyright
All right.
safe.
So Maggie and Gonzo are just kind of enjoying the professor's lighter side. Timmy and Taryn, how are you doing?
I'm doing just fine.
I'm
gonna.
Oh yeah, I'm just hanging
follow
out.
around
This
my
is like
professor.
I'm used to this. We're hobbits. We just eat and smoke weed already. So, so
All right, about 4 hours pass. It's noon has kind of come and gone. Professor, you kind of rub your eyes and shake your head and just kind of go like
you
and
fell back down to earth.
yeah, you kind of snapped out of it.
Well, it's not all bad. It should be fine to use.
In fact,
Be careful. Your spells are probably going to be a little timid. Emergency.
Jesus, Professor, you must be a lightweight if that affected you that bad.
Yeah, something tells me he
I don't
didn't
do it
exactly
very
spend his
often.
younger days partying.
We didn't need to.
I mean, it wasn't ingestible. It's not. It's a little stronger.
He's just making fun of me for getting loopy. He had no idea how potent it was. He didn't have it himself.
Yeah.
It was purely just a just comment. It's fine.
All right.
Let's head
So,
to
yeah.
spooky abandoned
School
school.
time.
Okay. Whole party agrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whole party agrees.
Alrighty.
Let's go.
So you're like, all right, let's go to the spooky abandoned school.
Yeah.
Frame immediately changes. There is at least 20 or 30 guards constantly going in and out. Just a whole ring around the school has kind of been created. And a bunch of people are kind of just gathered around watching.
If one of us tries to cross the ring of guards, will we get stopped?
You'll have to find out.
Gonzo tries.
Usually what guard?
Well, they are guards after
They're
all.
they're just kind of like running in and out though.
What makes us special?
What?
Like what gives us
Okay,
permission
are
to
they,
get
like-
past the guards?
We're adventurers.
Are they like guarding it, or are they just like frantic?
No, they're just standing out
Are
for
they-
fun.
Yeah, like they're only like putting their hand up to the people as they like get close. Like no.
They're only called guards, you know.
Yeah.
Are they guarding it? I don't know.
Can't tell.
The way you described that, I thought it was just like a bunch of like frantic guards going in and out, like in a cluster.
He said they formed a ring.
There are some doing that, but there's also others that are like doing.
We can also
Yeah,
talk to them.
Whatever.
Yeah,
No.
that is a power.
No.
I want to bust you.
I want to kill all the guards. By tech disadvantage.
I have
yeah,
enough weapons to
quadruple
be your murder
disadvantage.
hobo now.
Invisibility, except it's a solid ring of guards.
Ooh, I got a
My
nat
cam's
20.
not that high.
Oh, sick, dude. Too bad his perception also got a nat 20.
Yeah, okay.
See?
Rolling 20 equals 20.
How do you fudge a roll?
You just do /roll space 20.
Well, no, but I mean, like, there's an actual, like, roll.
2D.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could also have done that. Hold on. Fudge. D20. Oh, there we go. Oh, but it rolled to myself. Oh, wait, hold on. I can there we go. Oh, nope. All right, here we go. Oh, that one was fudged and it didn't work. Weird. Anyway. I don't even know what's happening. Okay. Anyway, let's continue.
Okay.
So yeah, you see a bunch of guards kind of going in and out of the school. Some are like more stationed and just kind of looking out at kind of like up on the like staircase that leads up to the school. You can also see that like kind of in like the streets leading into it, there's guards who have there's like two at like each alleyway that could go to like the kind of school area itself, and there's people at like all of them just kind of gathered and looking in to see what's happening.
I'm gonna.
Like one guard runs up behind the party and just teleports past the whole crowd and continues running.
What's this school's name? Is it
Cinderthorns.
perchance Columbine?
All right.
Combine.
God.
Wow,
Wow.
Great. Awesome.
very cool.
All right. I asked one of the guards, "What the hell happened here? What's going on?"
He's like, you read the papers, buddy?
Something about.
No, he can't read. He's a cat.
I
Can't read.
absolutely can read. Shut the fuck up, you little hobbit.
I heard that there was something about a prisoner escaping and then attacking a bunch of people. Or did I get that backwards?
You must be reading the wrong paper, buddy.
What happened in the paper?
Timmy, you're the one who read it.
It was like 2 days ago that I read it. Look, a lot's happened, okay?
A prison caravan that was transporting a prisoner got attacked. The prisoner and the guards transporting it died. And there was crossbow.
Who was the
bolts.
prisoner?
We don't know. It was just
Who was
that's
the-
just what the headline said.
Yeah, I'm asking the guard.
He's like, confidential.
Would you tell
Why?
me for a Scooby snack?
Scooby-Doo!
Scooby-Dooby-Doo!
Carbine!
He's
Let's
like,
split up, gang.
We're gonna Scooby Doo it.
yeah.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
He's just kind of like, no, buddy. Guildmaster's orders. No one knows. No one comes in.
What if I roll a really
Maybe
high
we should talk with
persuasion?
the guildmaster.
or someone up there that can get us permission.
Who do we have to talk to get past this roadblock?
Probably Guildmaster Bernadetta, but I'm not gonna call her over here for.
You don't have to call her over here. We'll go to her.
Nice try. You're staying on this side.
She's inside the
she's
school.
on the other side.
Feel like when we have a situation like this, it's good for the Guildmaster to be present, yeah?
So what happened in the school? I thought it was abandoned.
Does that have to do with any purple crystals?
He's like, that's what we thought too, but guess it wasn't, and that's all I'm gonna say.
You didn't mention. You didn't answer his question about purple crystals.
He literally just.
He answered the question. That's what we thought too. We thought it was abandoned. That's what you meant, right, Meeper?
And then he said he's not going to say anymore.
He kind of like has his arms folded, and you like mentioned purple crystals, and he kind of like his kind of like face kind of like changes, like as if he was like, "Wait, what? How did they know that?" But he kind of keeps his arms folded and his eyes closed, and his kind of like head down, like he's not going to talk to you anymore.
Listen, I think you and I think all of us and you and your group are on the same page here. We've been following this for weeks. Those purple crystals almost killed us, and if you know anything about it, we can help each other out. Can I roll persuasion on that to see if it works?
Yeah, you can roll persuasion on that.
Nice.
All right. He kind of is like, look, pal, I don't know how you know that crystals are involved. Honestly, that's saying too much, but just because you found some purple crystals and you, I don't know, heard hearsay, there's a lot of guards who know a lot of things.
It's just a little more than
I can't let you pass. You don't really have any affiliation with what's happening.
It's a little more than just hearsay.
Explain.
We were attacked by not only a giant sentient patch of corn, but also a giant spider, and yet another giant spider, and a guy who had the crystals in a jar who tried to kill us and set himself on. No, that guy set him on fire, and then he teleported away.
And the guy with the crossbows.
And the guy with the.
Yeah, he's the one who tried to kill me.
Right.
Yes, there was an assassin.
He was an assassin.
He's like, he kind of like rummages over everything you said.
Like it or not, buddy, we're in it.
He's like, kind of like spiders, corn, assassins. That just sounds like adventure and stuff.
I can tell you exactly what those purple crystals
are. A guy with a jar?
We can help out with this situation.
Like it or not, buddy, we are in this together.
Oh my gosh.
Believe it!
Through the power of friendship, we can overcome any obstacle.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think of like, how are we gonna approach this, assuming this guard continues to be resistant.
Yeah. Like you say, like you describe like 5 different things, and he's like, "I know you're adventurers, but it's like a system. We have a chain of command. We can't just add things to it, you know. Especially like we'd have to fill you in on everything else that's happened and how we even got here, and just stay in your lane,
Did you
pal.
hear about the giant spider that broke through the town wall surrounding Starl A purple crystal was found inside of its body as it suicide attacked one of the prisoners in there.
Gone. We're talking to a soldier. He don't, or a guard.
News spreads.
We can't. We need to give him a break for now and figure out how we can make it into this with their system. Because we have to help out. We have from what I've read, you guys have had far more experience with the purple crystals than these lot. And they'll probably get themselves killed if we don't get to help them.
You're right. These guys are incompetent.
I did not say. Why are you trying so hard to piss them off?
I'm not trying to piss them off.
How are you?
What do you mean? Why are you saying that?
It's like, imagine one guard in all of like D&D isn't like persuaded by someone saying, "I'm an adventurer."
They're pissing me off, so I'm just sort of talking out of anger.
Yeah, you're gonna make this really hard.
Okay, fair
close
enough.
close to trying to cast sleep on you
Fair
or
enough.
something. You're causing a lot of problems. The way I was wording it was that because you guys have more knowledge and experience with this, you're more likely to succeed. But because they lack a lot of knowledge and experience and they only just like kind of ran into it, their lives are at risk because of lack of knowledge, which isn't saying they're incompetent. That's not saying they're stupid. They're saying you just don't know because you don't have experience with it. That's the card I was trying to pull. And then slowly kind of pull out just in case he's like, wait.
Okay, wait a minute. I think I understand. So, maybe I don't understand, but I'm gonna... Look.
And if he doesn't, then we can think of something else. I do have invisibility. Things like invisibility and Misty Step are pretty useful, but they might have like a circle of protect magic or detect magic or something.
I can prove that we're not just adventurers. I can prove that we know maybe a little bit more about this than you think we know. I can tell you exactly.
Do we have any? Do you guys have any of the purple crystals?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do have the crystals. I can.
He's like.
I can tell you exactly what they do.
Confiscated a couple after we got the prisoner out of the school.
I'm not going to mention that we have a whole fucking jar of them. I'm only going to mention that we have a couple, just in case they decide to confiscate. But I'm going to, like, tell them, like, I'm going to, like, say it so, like, only he can hear it, not, like, the people around him can hear it. But, like, I want to make sure, I want him to know that we know exactly what the crystals do, like, that we're not just the common adventurers like he thinks we are.
Alright, he's kind of like, that's great and all, pal, but we kind of knew most of that.
I'm not saying you did.
Like, all you're doing
I'm not
is
saying you didn't.
corroborating our previous information we got from some other adventurers.
Other adventurers? There were other adventurers who came in contact with these purple crystals.
Yeah, they, I don't know. I don't think I should tell you.
Alright. You're not going to let us in to talk to your guild captain, your guild leader. At least give us this, and we'll get out of your hair.
I'm just like, oh my. I'm trying to do. Yeah. We weren't the ones who got the guy out of the school. It was a group of about, I think 5 adventurers who came in and pulled him out.
That was us.
Was one of them reported to have...
We were sent to do that task.
We were literally told by your guild captain to do that. Timmy?
Yeah.
Who was the 5th person?
Some elf bitch. I went to jail for alleged murder, and they said that if we clear out this school because it was haunted or whatever, that I would be pardoned.
We have the legal documentation to prove it, right, Timmy?
Oh, then you.
Yeah.
How'd you guys not just bring that up right when he asked?
He
Oh, I forgot.
basically just kind of dittos what Wolk just said. He's like, "Why would you not bring this up before?"
It
Okay.
was like a month ago, okay?
We're incompetent.
Yeah, we're incompetent. And I do like a can you force pose?
I'm very sorry, guard.
He kind of like leans back, and like one of the guards who are like coming out, he like whistles and he's just like, "Stay here."
Will do.
And he kind of motions the five of you to come in.
I thought he was telling us to stay here. Fuck. I'm stupid.
No.
Stay here, then come.
Yeah, all right, let's go.
So yeah, once again, you're kind of next to the stairs leading up to it. As the guy kind of walks and is like, "Guildmaster,"
What's up?
and kind of just like suddenly, just like right next to you, she pops up once again, and she looks at him and she's like, "What?" And then she looks over at the five of you and she just immediately palm the face, like, "Why are you back? Why did you let them in?"
We have reason to believe there is a secret entrance under this school.
No.
Yes. Yup.
No.
Yeah. We'll argue forever.
I'll argue with you for 7 hours straight.
Timmy, do you have that
Yes.
map?
Here, I will show you the picture.
Look. We took it from someone who was in contact with one of the members.
There's apparently a cult doing business around here.
The cult was desperate enough to stop this group from coming here that they had sent an assassin.
She's like, she just kind of pauses and she's like, "Oh, you are so wrapped up in this, and I really don't want you to get wrapped up in this."
I want to be wrapped up in this.
I don't think that.
Listen.
Well,
I got shot
Fine.
multiple times, and then I couldn't see anything.
This is useful for my thesis paper.
I've been wrapped up in this basically my whole life
True
at
enough.
this point.
you could get a W for writing on this, Timmy.
Oh. I had to think that was a says for wizard, not withdrawal.
She's like, "All right, listen. I know the four. Want to know where the fifth one went?
Okay.
Don't have to answer. You have someone new, and but whatever. You're adventurers, and that's the problem. You're adventurers. Right now, we have very serious situation.
We'll sign liability waivers.
Yeah, we can be some kind of suicide squad.
Right now,
God damn it.
all right." She's like, "Right now, with what's going on, the assassination of the man in the caravan, we're kind of sitting on a bit of powder keg. One spark causes a problem. You are what I refer to as a firebolt. I do not need you a part of the
Did we mention
situation."
that said assassin with crossbows tried to kill us too? Oh, excuse me, I burped a little.
Okay. If she's that desperate, Timmy, we should just go back to college.
But I want to finish this project for my school.
No, they seem
This is
pretty set in stone on
This is
letting their people.
my project, Professor. Not yours.
I'll find
Sensei,
you another project.
Sensei, I have to finish this project. I want to do it for my own sake.
You heard the boy.
Otherwise, I'll never move out of my mom's basement.
I had to do a home visit once. The place is off.
It's a pretty big basement, though.
Look, pretend you don't know we're here.
That doesn't
Yeah,
work.
you're right.
If I pretended that I didn't know you were here, soon
We came back.
the whole town could know
Okay,
you
how about this?
are here.
Pretend we never left. We've been here the whole time. Since
What?
since you
Gone?
sent us here the first time, we never left. We became part of the legend.
How much health do you
What?
have again?
Yes.
I don't understand the words you speaking, boy.
How much health does Gonzo have? Was it like
44.
30?
I have
Too
44
much.
health.
Damn it.
Yeah, you can't.
I want to make you
She
pass
is
out.
like very confused. Like, no, the problem is that you'll create more problems than your.
You don't know that.
Well,
Prove it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We can
when
work
have
together.
we ever created more problems
we
than we've
can-
solved?
she just kind of like looks at you and is just like, is that all?
Whatever. I'm honestly like out of character. I'm of the opinion that we should just go, okay, fuck it. And see what else we can find to do. Because this is I don't know how you would like, besides being like unreasonably aggressive about it to the point where it's just like we clearly would have the attitude like we're destined to deal with this. Like, well, if we're destined to deal with it, then we don't have to bang our heads against this person who's desperate for us not to be here. Something else will come up.
I'm just gonna. Okay.
That's my theory.
I
So that's why I just want to
get
like
in real
back
close
out
to her
and-
and put my finger on her chest. Listen, I have never been this close to finding my sister in my
you are-
entire life. It would mean literally everything to me personally if you just let us explore. I've never been this close. I can taste it.
hey Gonzo, I don't know how tabaxi culture works, but in normal society, that's sexual harassment.
Okay, and just like poking her fucking like. Never mind.
Tits.
Not her. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't be fucking retarded.
All right, go and roll persuasion.
or touching a guild man. Aggressive.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
She grabs your hand and is like, look, I can't allow you to go through this way. This way is too important. But right now, we can't even go down here. So we're not letting you. But I'll give you a tip. If you get down there, you need to find Ash, the guildmaster. Tell him I sent you. You'll figure it out from there. Get out of here.
All right.
Ass again. Well,
I'm not quite sure.
we need to find Ash. Ash Ketchum.
Ketchup.
And have him give us the permissions.
Ass ketchup.
Ash Nillen is his full
So
name.
she's like, we can't even. She was saying like we can't even go down there, but if we find our, or she can't even go down there, but if we can find our way down there,
Mm-hmm.
so that it sounds like she's just telling us to
Sounds
try
like
to sneak
I
in.
can't give you permission.
That's exactly what she's saying.
I
I'm
can't
pretty
give you
sure.
permission, but if you go, we literally can't get down there to stop you.
Okay.
Wink, wink.
Nudge, stab.
Fireball.
Okay. Well.
Oh,
let's do
hey,
that.
look over there. What's that? I say jokingly and see if she looks.
No,
No, I'm just
no,
kidding.
don't.
I'm
don't.
100% kidding.
Don't. Might as well just.
She kind of teleports away, and you can see that she is now standing in front of the front entrance, and she kind of waves you away.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Going to the
Away.
secret basement.
We have to go find Ash first, and then he'll get us in.
Yeah,
That's what she
Going to
meant.
the Ash.
Ash Nil.
331.
Let's progress forward.
Sorry.
She's telling you to leave.
Oh my god.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought. Leave.
Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah, you kind of get escorted back out of the area, and some people kind of crowd around you, kind of like they're kind of like asking you like random questions that aren't like it's like what's going on with the school? How did the guildmaster look? What was the assassination thing? Just a bunch of random questions that aren't
Get
like,
out of
too
here, you
prudent.
paparazzi.
You're making Timmy nervous.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you
You know of
We're
any
not
other
able-
way into the school or where Ash might be?
the only way to know is to ask around.
Then
Are
we'll
they
ask
like
around.
actually crowding around us, like trying to like stop us to ask us questions? Because I was gonna do something funny.
Not
Never
really.
mind.
Like once you like kind of walked past and clearly weren't answering them, they just kind of went back to
Absolutely ignoring
looking
them.
on and talking amongst
I was gonna-
themselves. Like, I wonder what that was
I
about.
was, if they were like crowding in front of us to like try and stop us from moving so they could ask us questions paparazzi style, I was just gonna roll a strength check to see if I could keep walking and have them like not even stop me at all, like a bulldozer, just like walking through them effortlessly.
Basil
At
style.
risk injuring somebody Black Friday style and going to jail. And we have
Not
to get
like
you out,
running,
too.
just like
Yeah.
continuing to walk, potentially.
Stepping on people hurts.
Okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
you have 4 weapons on you. You're heavy. You are heavy weapons.
One of your weapons might have even like poked them.
Yeah.
I don't know how many sheaths you have, but you're like axe. You have a golf club sheath for your axe. Okay. Then we'll ask around if anyone knows where Ash is.
All right. So
What
you
was her
kind
name
of-
again?
Huh?
What was her name again? She said, "Say that I sent you."
Bernadetta.
Bernadette.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So you kind of go around for the rest of the day, asking various like humanoid people questions, and they're all just kind of like, "Nah, bruv. No."
I'm so.
Uh,
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know.
it kind of begins to get late, and you
God damn.
watch as like the tabaxi has started coming out once again. The sun has kind of begun to set, and you're just kind of back in the middle of town, like near the bazaar. But so far, you've really pulled up no leads.
We don't know who Ash the Guildmaster is. No, we can't find him.
Yeah, no one really seems to know of the like people that you've asked. Mostly like humans or like halflings.
Maybe we should ask them where the guilds are. What guilds are in this city?
The guild master of what guild?
Yeah, that's the problem. We should say.
I'm having a very hard time staying.
Oh, these hiccups are killing me. This is hurting my stomach.
The team's falling apart.
Oh, I
A
died.
little bit.
I just died.
Kevin's sick. Maggie's tired. Brett has hiccups.
We're all dying.
Yep. So yeah, you're kind of back near that fountain. You're in the bazaar. You can see that like a lot of shopkeepers have just kind of started chatting as they put away their gear, and you can see that like more tabaxi has started coming out of the area. You see that they're all kind of coming from like one or two specific places before they like kind of spread out and take over the stalls that have emptied out for the night.
Maybe they know where I'm at.
You wish to approach
Yeah,
them?
I'm gonna go ahead and approach one of them. I also am tabaxi,
With the
so I
picture
speak
in
that
hand.
language. You know. Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, common. Okay.
But you have that like social in
Yeah,
already.
exactly.
You know the gang signs.
Yeah.
All right. So
That's
you walk up
slang.
to kind of a stall with like
Pinky
two or
finger,
three
pinky.
tabaxi like setting
Okay.
up. They're like putting up like kind of these sets of like nice leathers. What do you like say to them?
Hail and well met, friends.
What is Halem Womet from? That's the second time I've ever heard that.
What? It's like a super common, like, fantasy themed thing to say.
Never heard of it.
Hello there, travelers. Well met.
Oh. Halem Womet.
Whatever.
Uh,
Hey, how you guys doing
okay.
tonight? Hey, what's going on?
All right.
You're like, hey, I'm doing fine.
Okay, great.
Pizza, eat a
Awesome.
soda.
Do you guys happen to know where we can find a woman by the name of Ash? I forgot her last name already.
Woman?
We don't know if it's a guy or a girl.
A person named Ash.
Guild
A
master.
guild, a
Ash.
certain guild master named Ash.
Yeah, you should already know them. Yeah, buddy? Okay, Ned?
I think you might have me mistaken for someone else. I'm not exactly from Muland. Wow.
An outer
my
city
God.
fella. Alright. He kind of looks at one of the other tabaxis, and they kind of like lean around the corner, and they kind of like call for someone, and they just whisper something in their ears, and it's kind of like a younger looking tabaxi, and he's like, "Hi." He's like, "Follow me."
All right, let's go with the kid.
I got the good stuff.
So yeah, you continue walking as he kind of walks you to one of the like big pillars in town, like these towers that drape the tarps from them. And he's like, "Hey, you didn't hear this from any of us." And he kind of like hits like a couple of bricks or pushes them in. And kind of like little stone doorway pops open. He's like, "Come on, quick, before the other surfaces come." And he goes inside. He says, "Your friends can come too. Just make sure they don't talk, yeah?"
Yeah, I'll make sure they don't say anything. Guys?
All right.
Not a word will pass through.
Timmy?
Actually,
Is
no.
message a mental thing, or do I need to actually talk?
Message is all mental.
Okay. Well, Timmy and I can just use
Timmy?
message.
Yeah, I was just gonna use my telepathic.
What? I'm sleepy.
Maggie, I know you're not an idiot. Timmy? Timmy, please be quiet.
Why do you keep saying my
Be
name?
quiet. Let's go.
Oh, okay.
I follow them in.
All right. Yeah, you walk in, and kind of like when you were in the school itself in the one tower, it's kind of this spiral staircase that wraps around the tower. However, as you keep going down, there are no windows until eventually you kind of get to this like bottom floor, and he's like, "All right, again, once you get to the surface, lips stay shut about this place." He then kind of puts in like another sequence of bricks, and like you kind of see it and you get it. You memorize it. You think it's important enough for
Like
you to
Diagon
memorize.
Alley.
Yeah.
Diagon.
Kind of once again, another set of bricks kind of open up in this wall, and he's like, "All right, this is as far as I can take you. You should be able to figure out the rest." And he starts heading back up the stairs after opening this door for you.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
All right, let's go, guys. Remember, lips sealed. All right, and I start sort of leading forward.
All right. So you walk outside of the store. You walk out, and you are underground, and yet you find yourself somehow above what is seemingly a whole city. you're kind of just on this balcony with a staircase wrapping around the tower, or the outside of the tower you're on, looking down at this very strange city. All the buildings are kind of weird, and there's like no real like layout to the whole town. There are these other like giant pillars, kind of like the one you're standing on, that go up straight into the ceiling. And on the ceiling, the light from below doesn't reach up to it. But instead, this kind of cave lichen creates this almost like nighttime sky kind of starry aesthetic as it glows on the ceiling. You are just kind of at the top of this balcony, looking down on it near a staircase that seems to head all the way down.
I say we keep going down and see what we got going down there.
All right. Well, I think that's where we should end it for tonight. Just it's 2 a.m. People seem tired and sick and tired. And we kind of managed to get our way into the next big thing. I have stuff already set up for this, but
that's fine.
Just you spent a while meeting Professor Wilk.
Will, are you tired? Are you tired?
What? Sorry. What was being asked of me? I was.
Will, are you tired? Like, are you ready to go to sleep? Because I was gonna ask if you wanted to play a couple of rounds of Smash since we're done for the night.
I'm not gonna go to sleep yet because I slept until 4.
True. All right.
I like woke up at like around 12 and then passed out after having some.
Right. I'm very excited for next Sunday because you said this has something to do with Gonzo's personal stuff, and
you're good.
Yeah, you said it's coming up soon.
So we ended.
That's what you said. So I'm like.
So we walked into that place.
We walked into Diagon Alley basically, and the condition for the young backseat guy helping us and getting us into this little secret town was for you guys to just like stay quiet about it. Don't mention a word of it to anybody.
Yeah. Word about what?
The town.
What?
I thought we were done. I thought we were like legit done for the night. Like. Oh, yeah, wait a second.
He is advanced messing with you, my dude.
What?
I was like, was Will's character not paying attention either?
No, I'm
okay.
just...
So yes, you have made your way into the Underland.
And that's cool.
Good night, friends.
Right.
Good night.
Home slices.
Right. You get your Mimikyu.
We can play a couple rounds.
I'll switch over there in just a sec.
Okay.
All right. What are you going to do, Isa?
Go to bed.
All right.
I'm going to stop the recording.